Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to do a quick review on a foundation that I've had for a while. It's the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I've been wanting to get this review out there, but I am not organized, so it just hasn't happened. I have a fresh face, clearly. There's nothing on here. And so I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to put it on with a sponge on one side and with a brush on the other side, and I know my sponge looks dirty, but it just doesn't wash out. This is the Ulta brand sponge, and I like it just fine. I'm not a huge sponge person, but I found that with this particular foundation, that's the only way that I can kind of make it work. So, and I'll show you, and hopefully you can see what's going on, and I'll let you know my full thoughts as we go and wrapping up. So let's zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, so to get in here, I'm using the shade Nude Ivory, and it's a little bit cool toned for me. It leans cool toned, which just kind of tends to make me look a little bit sickly. So I don't know if the shade match or lack thereof has anything to do with this. But the first thing that I don't like about this is the little paddle. It's like a plastic paddle. So it's not just a glass tube, so you can just set the lid down. It's not a pump. It's not a squeezy, because this is a glass bottle, so there's no wiggling that around. And it smells like paint. Like, I've painted my house on several occasions, different places I've lived, and it smells like paint. Like, I want to get the roller out and dip it in here. That is what it smells like. It's so strong, and that's what it is every time. So I'm gonna take this and just put it on the sponge. I can't think of a better way to do this. I don't know. I clearly am not a makeup artist and don't know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to put the sponge, I'm going to do the sponge on this half, and I'm not correcting anything. I just want to see how this works on its own, or show you how it works on its own. I know how it works. I've been using it. So here we go. And you can see what I'm saying. It's just the wrong color. Maybe I need a darker shade too, but I feel like the shade range is not that great. And so there's like a big jump, and it's not helpful. It looks so ghostly on the camera. I guess it does in my mirror too. Yeah, it's just, and I have shades that are too light and I can just bronze them up and it's not a problem. But this one, the undertone isn't quite right. So you can see I have some hyperpigmentation over here from some breakouts. And honestly, it's not terrible. I've tried this with primers and it doesn't really change how I feel about it. I've tried it with a couple different primers. Now, I feel like, I don't know if it's because it's got some glow or some luminosity, or it's just not dried down yet, but it accentuates my pores. Like, can you see that? I feel like, yes, I have pores, but I don't know. It seems like they're calling out for help on this side now that I have the foundation on. Let me go ahead and switch and put this on. I'm going to actually put it on the back of my hand to pick up on the brush. Probably should have done that the first time. But hey, live and learn. So using the brush, this is just a flat, this is a precision foundation brush from Ulta. I'm going to just grab that and then we'll go in on this side. Now you can see on this side, you can still see some of my hyperpigmentation. It doesn't cover everything. So I would call it medium light coverage. I'm going to take it around. That definitely was not enough. Hold on. I don't usually go right under the eyes with foundation because I go in with concealer, but for the visual purposes here, we're just gonna go as close as we can. And you can see it looks a lot thicker on this side, which makes sense. The sponge helps to like soak up any extra, but it just looks terrible. Like, it's already like settled in fine lines. Oh, we got a hair there. Like, yes, it does cover a little bit more of the pigmentation issue, but at what cost? It's so cakey on this side, which, like, I can't. That's not. So I hope you can see the difference. And I didn't try to pile it on. I think it's just the nature of a brush having more product in it as you go. I just, with a brush, I can't wear it at all. I think I tried one time and I ended up just washing my whole face off and not being able to go out in public like that. So I'm going to take the sponge and kind of try to see if I can fix it. I mean, it really does take away from the coverage when you use the sponge. So if you don't mind covering it, just pinpoint spots with your concealer, then this might be a good option for you. It's very inexpensive. I'll put the price up on the screen because it's Wet n Wild, so it's a very affordable brand, and I know that there are a lot of people that really do love this foundation. It just doesn't work for me. I have mature skin, shall we say. I'm 38, and so I have, you know, laugh lines and hyperpigmentation from sunspots and just acne scarring and things like that. And again, I recognize that this is not a great match, but even so, I have other foundations that even when they're too light or too dark for me, I can make them work. Well, usually too light for me. I can bronze up and make it look decent. And this one, it's not so much that I hate the shade because I can work with that. It's just that it is too thick. It doesn't lay nicely on my maturing skin. So that's what I think. I think that it is affordable and it does even out skin tone somewhat. Let me back up a little bit. And so it's workable if you don't mind working with a concealer to pinpoint the spots of hyperpigmentation on your face, or you just don't have those, you're just looking for an overall evening out, and you have you don't have large pores or wrinkles or fine lines that you're worried about it sinking into, then the foundation might work just fine for you. And if you can get past the smell, it really is very strong. It doesn't linger. Like, I don't smell it now that it's already on my face, but it's just unpleasant as you're putting it on. It does not seem like a healthy activity. So those are my thoughts. I hope that was helpful. I don't recommend this for people of my age and skin type and whatnot. I think that spending a little bit more money on something that has a little bit more technology in it to help with the issues that come with skin as you age and grow, it's just worth the investment. I love the Too Faced Peach foundation and the Tarte, the one that comes in the brown, the full coverage foundation. That one can be sheared out or built up. I will link both of those down below. And that's what I have to say about the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I know it works for a lot of people. It doesn't work for me. And if you have skin like mine, or you're in my age bracket perhaps, this might not be the one for you, and go ahead and look for something else. So that's what I have to share. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you would like me to review anything else, or if you've seen anything else in my collection that you are curious about, and I will be sure to address that. I hope you're having an excellent day. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you'd like to hang out with me again. I will see you next time. Bye.